Hi guys, Rebel Chumps here. Today we have something different. We have a small bag from Saberforge. Actually, I tried something that I've never done before and I thought, why not? Let's try it out and see if it's any good. What we got in here is actually a plug and play feature from Saberforge. So if you buy a Saberforge ASP Saber, you can buy the plug and play electronics and actually install it yourself. And I thought that's a good way to experience that myself firsthand and see if it's any good or not. So we got a bunch of stuff here, just took it out of the bag. So let's see what we actually get in the bag. So we got this envelope, that's it. It cost me like $25 to get it here. I'm pretty sure I've been ripped off by Saberforge because this whole shipping should not cost more than $5. So that's a little bit unfortunate. So be aware, international people, buying something from Saberforge. Yeah, the shipping was first class international, was $25. So maybe because it was first class international shipping. And this is what we got. So just show it on the camera. So let me unbag it. So this is a complete warrior tier electronics, do-yourself electronics set. Now the reason why I didn't build it myself, which I could easily do, is because I also really want to try it out and see what you get from Saberforge for this amount of money. So we got a Kenningston 18650 battery holder with a Velcro on the bottom and a Velcro on the side, so keep your battery holder in place. This one doesn't look to be from Kenningston because it's a nameless. There's no brand. Oh, it should be on the bottom. Stupid me. Should be here in the bottom, but the Velcro is covering it. So what I already can see is we got a positive and a negative wire, and they actually put putty tape on the back where the wire is soldered into the battery holder holder. So you can see here it's like a black putty, and in the front as well. So that's nicely done. And then we have the two wires with a nice heat shrink, and then we have two wires, a black and a red one. And let me see if I can see what gauge the wire is. It feels pretty thick, and I think this is 22 gauge. It feels like a thick wire, pretty thick. So it's definitely not a high-end wire, but it's fine for the application we need to use it for. Now I do see something interesting here. So we have the DIN connectors, or the JST connector points, these ones, and those will tie into the other parts. And the black wire is longer, but actually they made instead of one long black cable, they actually had two short ones that are wired together and then soldered with a heat shrink. So I don't know why they did that, why they didn't just grab a long wire instead of doing that. That's kind of shit, because I'd rather have one long cable than have a solder joint in between for no good reason. So we got the positive and the negative. Ones go to the battery, the LED, and one go to the switch. What we got next is, actually we're gonna test it out in a moment. Oh, they actually gave me a dummy switch, the metal one. So no more the plastic one, the sticker one. These are actually more sought after. So that's good to have one extra. Now I start with the LED. So this is a quad-cree LED. So it has 4 dies next to each other in deep red. So it should be nice. Should be a little bit more hotter LED. They tend to heat up a little bit. The lens looks okay. I see a slight damage on top of the lens, like a scuff mark or something. Let me see if I can scrape it off, because that actually has some effect on how the light is dispersed, and it seems to be just a dirty mark. You guys cannot see it, but this is the LED. So 4 times deep red. The 2 resistors here for what goes to the LED itself. I think they're each maybe 1 to 1/2 ohm. and then the red wire and a DIN connector, or JST connector I should say, not DIN connector here. And then I ordered 2 of these latching switches, just very basic, but what they did was they put the 2 putty on the bottom, then a wire that comes directly out of the switch into this JST connector. So it looks like this. We'll find out if it's sturdy or not. They leave the nut on there. They did leave the nut on there. I don't know why they leave the nut on there, because let me see if I can actually remove that nut, because we need to get that nut over this area here, and if it doesn't work like that, then I have something that is useless to me. Okay, can I... that was easy enough, because we don't need it. We're gonna just super glue this into place, like Saberforge does that for most of their sabers, so I'm gonna do that as well. So let me just put some battery in there and connect it up, and then see if it works. Got here a Trustfire battery, 18650 battery from actually from one of my Vader's Fold sabers. So let's connect it up. Let's see how it connects. This is all you get, so you get like an address and an invoice, but there's no actual explanation which wire goes into what. So from that point of view, I already have to give a down point to Saberforge. They should just give you an instruction, especially for the guys that never did any wiring. They have no clue which cable goes into. That is kind of stupid, to be honest. Saberforge, you should have done that. So there's actually literally 2 options: either the switch go in the red wire or the black wire. And I just wanna semi pretend I don't know in which wire it has to go. So we're gonna use the red wire for the switch. For the let me just put it in there, if that works. It's actually quite a snug fit. And we're gonna use the LED. We're gonna put it in the black wire. And I might just have done it in the incorrect way. We will just find out in a second, because Saberforge did not give me any instructions, and that is that's silly. Also, I just noticed on the battery holder itself, it doesn't show which one is the positive side and the negative side. So again, I have no idea to understand. Oh no, sorry, my bad, there is actually a negative and a positive. Okay, so the black wire is the negative, the red wire is the positive. Okay, I put this on the positive. So yeah, I should be correct by putting the button on the positive, because with the positive the power flows through the red wire, and then with this one I disconnect the power going to the LED. That is at least my theory. So here we go, I put in the battery, let me see, negative here, positive there, and it's directly on. So that is, oh wait, is it, okay, it works. Yeah, sorry, I had to push in the latching switch button. Now I do this as much as I can on camera, but of course that's a little bit hard. So the battery fits in there. So this is just a Vader's Fold 18650 battery, and I already see a little bit of a thing that there's a little bit of an arc of this piece here. It's a little bit facing outwards, and that is often what I see with any Saberforge battery holders. They're a little bit too small for any 18650 battery, so I don't know where they resource it from. Let me just show you it works all together. So we got a deep red LED, and it's actually something interesting that I've never seen before. I'll just turn off the latching switch for a moment. They actually start using copper on the bottom. Ooh, this already get hot. I already feel the resistor already get hot here. Yep. So we got copper now nowadays from Saberforge, which is way better than just the standard alloy housing for the bottom. I hope they did some proper heat adhesive material stick to the bottom. So I'm gonna put this in my saber, in one of my Saberforge sabers, not Vader's Fold of course, and we see how it works out, and we do a full review on that. So I hope you like this small video, I think it's a fun product, especially if you're not into doing electronics yourself. This might be something that is valuable for you, especially with an ASP system. Maybe you don't want to have a sound, the more expensive ASP soundboard enabled configuration. You just want to have stunt configuration, have multiple ASP parts, mix and maxing, put this piece of electronics in different hilts, and then just move around, maybe swap out the LED sometimes for a different color. Can be done with this ASP stunt system or warrior tier system. I think it looks pretty decent. Pretty decent wiring, decent material. So I'm gonna take it apart, and then we're gonna see how it's gonna look like once it is installed in one of my sabers. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next videos. As always, stay scummy.